Hey, and welcome back to part 2 of how we've enrolled hundreds of clients without using marketing and sales that suck. Boom. So
last one we talked about what are the one things that coaches want most is abundance, or at least our clients, and what the opposite, the old ways were. And we talked about freedom and the opposite of in that, and the scarcity and really being stuck in that realm, and then impact, and then wealth. This one, we're going to talk about how do you get those things.
And if you haven't seen part 1, we'll go ahead and drop it in the description here so you can go check it out after this video. Also, if you are not subscribed to this channel, make sure that you subscribe now, because we have a whole series on this, because we want you to stop marketing, stop doing the things that suck, and continue to increase your impact, your income, and the freedom that you have in your life.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. So how do you get abundance? How do you get this freedom? How do you get this impact? How do you get this wealth? And it's really about attracting. That's the step 1. And so attracting so the difference between attraction is like, how do you bring your ideal clients to you? Instead, where the old way, so that's the new way, the coach approach way is to attract. The old way is really just pushing out there. It's like constantly pushing, right? So if you get these DMs from these VA people that are constantly like,
hold on, let's throw in a bonus here. We're going to share with you a cold DM strategy that is going to knock your socks off and is going to work every time. You ready?
Yeah, it doesn't. So no, like cold DMing is very push, right? Especially if they're just like offering something like if you get these long messages and it's like, I can do this for you and it's going to be amazing. And this is like how we work and all the things. That is not attracting. That is push. Right. And like the people that are falling for that, like in that, like getting like that end up taking them up on there, because they have to take, like if it's one out of 1,000 has to, I guess. I don't know.
It's exactly like cold calling and like cold calling thousands of leads and knocking on thousands of doors, right? Not to bring up some trauma for you, but it works to an extent. And we're also out to attract. When we went to an event where we sponsored years ago, and it literally transformed the trajectory of our business when we sponsored this event for a guy named Steve Farber. And I want to give him full credit to this, is he said at that event, the whole event was around doing what you love in the service of people who love what you do. And it has made the absolute difference to us. That's why we only work with the people who know that they are here to make a transformation in other people's lives. If you know, because you know that you are here to coach, you are here to make an impact, you are here to make a contribution, you are our people, right? And you will not get that through cold DMs. You will not get that if you try to push people. What we're doing here is we are attracting our soul clients to us, it's incredible, right? We actually have a rule that if we wouldn't want to take you out to dinner and hang out with you, we don't want you as a client, right? So and having that rule and living by the do what you love in the service of people who love what you do, it fires us up, and it'll fire you up too. That's how you live a life in abundance. When you can wake up every day and genuinely love what it is that you do, you genuinely love the people that you work with. I'll tell you what, I'll be super honest. I don't always love the things that I do, because there's always going to be some things that are like, you're not going to like, right? But there's some things you just got to do, but whatever. But when I get to the core of why I do what I do, it's because of the people that I work with and the work that I do with them and the outcome that they get because of the work that we do. And that does not happen when you're trying to push and force.
Yeah. And so the opposite of the attract is really pushing it as you said. And then the next thing, how do we do attract? That's step 1. We have something called impact messaging or impact marketing. And so what does that look like? It's really making this impact through your marketing and this impact through your messaging. When you're communicating out in the world, you had something like some really deep thoughts around and really like why coaches hate marketing and really making this thing. You want to talk about that?
So I know when the moment that coaches think they have to market is the moment they get hung up, like, oh, I don't know how to market. I don't know how to tell, I don't, I just like working with my clients, right? And that's what I love about coaches is that we are so gifted in our expertise. We are so gifted in the transformational work that we bring. So then when it comes to the marketing, we're like, I got to make sure I'm doing this right. Am I doing this right? I don't know what I'm doing. I need to go, right? And then what happens is you can get forced into somebody else's way of doing things and it isn't effective. And then you can feel like the failure because you're doing all of the things and for whatever reason, it's not working. So I am going to give you full permission to stop marketing. When I tell our clients this, they're like, but I hired you to teach me how to market. And here's the thing though, to attract your soul clients, you get to show up fully as you. How can you come to this place of being in full service, like we talked about in this last video? How can you come into conversations that you're having of not trying to pitch your offer, but be of service to that person? How can you connect with people not to like get them as clients, but as how can I make a difference with these people? How many people am I going to make a difference with today? And that's how I track how many people I'm talking to today, is not how many cold DMs am I sending, because we don't do that. We don't teach that. That's how many people am I impacting through my content today, through the conversations that I'm having? How many people am I showing up in their world to see what is going on with them and make it about them and not me? And by just that reframe alone, and you show up authentically as you, as who you are, as your gifts, that in itself brings such an energy and a shift in the entire energy where when people are trying to get you as a client, right? Like, can I get an amen? Like that button over here. Let me know in the comments. Like, when people are trying to get you, right? And you are not someone to be gotten. You are an incredible human being who's out for transformation in other people, right? So when you come in the service of people who love what you do, the whole energy shifts.
Yeah.
Impact marketing.
And then the old way looks like they would literally burn. There's coaches or marketers out there that would burn down 100 people, like thousands of people, just to get their people that are going to pay. Like, they're going to piss off all these people. They're going to make them feel bad. They're going to scare the crap out of them. They're going to do whatever it takes to get those 1, 2, 3 clients that are going to pay them out of that, and they'll just burn all the rest of them.
And that literally, as you're saying that, like, my heart is dropping, because there are so many coaches who have such an incredible heart for what it is they do. They are so gifted and they've been burned by those people. And if that is you, I want to like genuinely, I'm like, I want to give you a hug. So can I just like energetically hug you and tell you that is not everyone out there. And there is a way to be able to do this that is in alignment to who you are, where you are being honored and valued. And I know that's exactly what you want to bring to your clients.
Yeah. And I think we go with the other side of it too. So that's the one side, right? Like the old way of doing it in the bro marketing way. But then there's the divine goddess way of like, I'm just going to be, and I don't need to market. I don't need to talk to anybody. I don't need to really do anything, or at least that's what I'm going to pretend to be doing. If that's the facade that I'm going to put out into the world and say that I don't have to do anything, that my ideal people just come to me if I don't. Yes. Okay. I got 5 inboxes right now and they're all sending me money. And it's just like, it's not real, right? So there's like that side of it. So that we do need to get out there. We do need to put an impact out there and make a difference in your content, create value out in the world. So you're attracting your ideal clients.
Yeah. We live very in the middle road here. Yes, right? So there's always a balance to everything. And the mastery level is walking in the middle of that, being grounded in our bodies and being able to be spiritual beings who are making a difference with others without hopping in their holes and guiding them on the way out.
Yes.
Yes.
And then there's the niching, right? You talk about the niching, and there's the bro marketing way, the old way of niching, which is, who can I get really easy results for? hopefully. But if I don't, who cares? And then and then they have to have a bunch of money. Those are the prerequisites for them being a client. And when we went to that was what we learned, right? When we first started looking for a niche in our business, it was who can we get easy results for, and who has a bunch of money that could pay us.
Yeah, because at first we worked with everyone, right? We can help everybody.
Yeah, that as long as they have the money and we can get them pretty good results. Hopefully, it'll be good. Then we went to that Steve Harvey event, and what Holly said, like, do what you love in the service of people that love what you do. And we added that in. And so now it's like, okay, who can I make like the biggest impact with, and that is going to make the biggest difference with that impact? So that ripple effect, right? That transformation that's going to ripple out into the world, that yes, like you can get, like if you're somebody right now that's charging, say, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 plus for your services, you have a large following. Basically, all I have to do is give you like this little tweak, and you could just go from $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month to $20,000, $50,000 a month. Boom, just like that. That's, and I'm just giving you an example. Obviously, we've helped a lot of other people, but that's like the super sweet spot, right? Then we have we gotta love you, right? Like, it's like, if you are not somebody that is called to you're just coaching because it's money, or coaching because it's better than my job.
Everybody's coaching. Yeah, if I can get out of my job, this would be great.
Yeah, like
go to affiliate marketing.
Yeah, just go sell somebody else's stuff.
So many different things to do to make money.
Yes.
Coaching is a calling.
Yes. Being fun and being really open-minded, being coachable, and being a performer, right? We talk about like this combination of like spirituality and high performance. So it's like you got to be open to the energetics and the energy around things, but then you got to be like grounded enough to be able to perform and go out there and take actions and make this impact. Those are the people that we just love to work with, right? They're just like,
and we totally vibe. You may be watching this like, you guys are just like, there's something there, right? Let's have a conversation, because those are the people, like your soul clients, they know.
Mm-hmm.
They just know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then obviously you need to have the resources to be able to invest into us. So it just makes sense for us to.
We don't take rent money.
We don't take rent money. Right. We did have one girl borrow some money from her mom, and she was living in a tent. And then she ended up getting she had a $4,000 client. It was awesome. And then she was able to get a house. But that was like the exception and not the rule.
Yeah. That's
the niching formula, right? Impact, love, and the people that have the resources. And the old way is literally like, as long as you got the money, and if you don't have the money, go sell your car, go sell your house.
Even though that's what you did.
I did do that.
So again, there's always exceptions, because I know that when you're called and you know that this is the way, like, you know what I'm talking about. There are some instances, and there's been times where, actually the shaman that we both work with, I didn't even know what he cost, but I knew with every single bit in my soul, even if it was $50,000 a year, that was the way, right? So there are times and experiences and things. And so I also want to encourage, like, if you have that being resourceful to be able to get what you know that you're called to do makes a huge difference in faith. And as you take that faith and following your inner self. So I just wanted to add that in.
Yeah.
We're always the middle road.
Well, yeah. And it's also that intention. It's like, is that person like actually believe that they can get you results? Are they just saying, hey, go max out all your cards and let's buy this thing that I'm not sure it's going to do it. Yeah. Right. I've told people that, hey, this doesn't seem like a good fit. I think it'd probably be better if you did something else, several times. And it's like, if you're not there, if it's not a thing, that's why, like, it doesn't it's not going to hurt to get on a call with us, because we're not going to like hard sell you or sell you something that if you're not a good fit for. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, and then just getting really clear on like where your ideal clients are. So what we tell you to do is focus. I'm going to tell you that you want to focus your energy where your ideal clients are, and then the old way is really, let's get on all these platforms. I actually had a coach tell me to make a list of all the strategies that you could possibly make to get clients and write them all down and then just try them all. And the ones that work, keep doing that. And the ones that don't work, stop doing that. And I'm like, that literally was the worst advice ever. I mean, I remember running Twitter ads, and I'm doing YouTube videos, and I am doing Facebook groups, and I'm doing,
all the things.
This other platform.
So what it reminds me of is taking a laser pen and expecting like a cat to go everywhere, right? Like lasers don't, when you are laser focused, there's boom right here. This is where my people are. This is where I want to focus in on.
Yeah.
Right. If you are trying to put a laser everywhere, I just saw like a crazy cat like bouncing all of these places to go try to find what it is that you're doing, and it takes the energy out of yourself. I will say there's stages, right? So if you are in a stage in development in your business where you're making like maybe $0 to probably $20,000-$30,000 a month, having one platform, one main focus, get that like mastered, know where your people are, and be the master of that area, right? As you start growing, you start expanding, because I will say there's people who make, millions of dollars and you see them everywhere. Well, they have a team that is helping them go everywhere. They are creating content that someone is taking and putting it everywhere. It's not that particular person. And you don't want to start at one step and try to like jump yourself over to the other step when you're not ready for that yet. So it is better to be master of one than how does that go? Then jack of all trades. I know it's supposed to rhyme.
Catching all the rabbits or
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get the idea.
So that's the attract, that's the impact messaging side. Let's talk about heart community real quick.
Yeah. So the old way is start a free Facebook group and throw everybody in there, right? New way is you are mission based. You are creating a space of heart-centered mission around like, what is your mission in the world for people, right? We all as coaches have one. Our mission is that people go out there and that they be their truest, highest selves so that they can make the difference that they know that they're called to make, right? What is your mission? And you create a space around that mission that people can come in and join. You are connecting with these people. It is not like just a part of the process and some stupid group that you don't want to do, right? You are creating a community of people who are out for the outcome that you provide.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like the old way, it's like, all right, we're going to get these people in, we're going to smash them, we're going to sell them, we're going to book these calls, we're going to get these clients, we're going to squeeze as much money out of this group as possible. And if the rest of the people don't, just get mad and leave, or they stick around and they don't buy or die. Essentially, it's buy or die. And if they don't care about the other people it's not about a long-term strategy. It's like, how can I get sales now? And how can I do that? So now the heart community is about creating a nurturing, value-driven community where you're giving back and making an impact with people that are your soul clients. And some of them, you just understand, is like 3% of the people that come into that community are going to be ready to go and want to potentially be your client. You got 10% of them that are probably going to be in maybe the first month or so. You got another 20 or so percent that'll maybe be 3-6 months, a year. And then there's going to be that other, 60%, I think that's the math, that will never work with you. And you just got to be okay with it. And you're just giving back value. Just think of it as this is your contribution and your value. You're just depositing value into this community, and it's going to
Your soul people are coming.
It makes you feel, it gives you that feeling of like, okay, I want to help everyone, right? And everyone can join this group. You're not going to like start kicking people out, but I want to help everyone. But I know that these people have the resources to hire me. I know these are the people that I can actually help. And so therefore, when you speak to the ones that you can help and that have the resources, they can become your clients, and the rest of them can get tons of free value.
Yeah. And really having that process, right? So it's not all fluffy impact, but having a process behind it. So our heart community stands for human engagement, authentic relationship technique, right? There is a technique behind growing a relationship with people where it's not pushy, it's not weird. There's a lot like kind of the dating scene here that we can compare to this. I'm sure you've heard it before, but having a very strategic process that allows you to build authentic relationships with people.
Yeah.
So that's important too. So this next piece is
the audience amplifier.
Yes. So in order to impact people, there must be the people.
True. And so the new way is to build different layers of content, right? Where you're speaking your cold messaging to people that have no clue who you are. You're attracting them into your world and then nurturing them with this warming content, which in your warming content, and we'll talk about cold here more in a second, but your warming is going to build deep rapport. It's going to tell really deep stories. It's going to show your authority, that you really know what you're talking about, because people need to know that to hire you. And it's going to handle objections and really give breakthroughs, right? Handling objections, really giving breakthroughs in your process that helps people really, because this is the thing, your clients right now that they don't know you, they think their problems are something completely different than what you actually help people with. And you need to educate them in that, what that really is. And your cold marketing or cold messaging and your content is going to really help illuminate, right? You're going to speak to the problems and the aspirations and the things that they're really out for, and you're going to attract them into your world. And then you're going to help them become aware that there is something deeper. You're going to actually help them become really aware of what is really causing them the challenges, and really that's in the way of getting to the things that they want to do. And then you have the hot content, which
the hot content is the invitation, right? So it's ultimately people who they've seen your content, they know you, they're like, maybe you have even been going through all of our videos and are in our heart community. You know who we are. This is not your first rodeo with us. And now you just need an invitation. It's the, hey, I'm looking for 5 such and such who are ready to such and such, right? You're inviting them in. There are so many people out there that are just waiting for you to put out an offer. Like, offer already. Like, we can do a lot of warming, right? I got to warm, nurture, 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 value, 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 value. I don't want to be salesy. I don't know about all that. Nurture, 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 nurture. My people will just come to me because they're my people. Nurture, 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 nurture. Right. And we get to add in this hot content piece. So literally we're creating cold content to people who don't know who we are. We're doing the warming, we're doing the nurturing, we're creating the value, we're making a difference in all of our audience, and we're making sure that we give an opportunity, like as our mentor says, like putting on the neon lights, like you are open for business, baby, let's go.
Yes.
Right? And so to be able to construct that in a way that isn't salesy, it's not pushy at all, and it's like, hey, there's a next step to work with me besides just reading my content. You thought this was good? Oh, wait until you work with us, right? So it's having that open invitation to work with you.
Yeah. And so the old way is really, so what they do is they might add some value, but it's only the purpose of that value is for sales. It's not like actually contributing. It's just like, or it's scarcity based. It's like, it's really pushing the buttons of fear and scarcity. And if you don't change, and if you I mean, if you don't take action on really changing the way you're doing your business, you're going to have to go back to your job and you're going to be da, 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 and this is the thing. And it's just pushing fear buttons, very manipulative, very just kind of pushing and pulling those, like taking the knife and dagging it,
dagging it in,
just stabbing it in. Yeah, there you go. And twisting it, right? And it's really about like, how can I get them to really feel so bad that they need to take action? And that's what the old way is really about.
Yeah.
And then the new way, or excuse me, the other old way is like Holly was saying, is like, it's basically just value and they'll just show up and it's all good. Like, I feel they're coming and, you know, it'll be fine. And like, I'll just put this quote out here and it's just like, I'm just gonna do this message, and it's not, there's no structure, there's no process, there's no anything there. So that's another kind of old way. If you look at us, work in the middle: process and flow, heart and systems. And so I think we're going to do a part 3.
We are going to do a part 3. So I want to make sure that if you're not subscribing, please subscribe to this channel now. We are going to go through the whole coach approach is attract, enroll, and transform. Today, we talked about attract, how to effectively, in the new way, attract your audience and your soul clients to you. In the next video, we will talk more about the enrollment piece. You want to make sure that you subscribe and you get that, because we are going to break down what it takes to be able to get these clients without the salesiness, where it's a very natural process. It's just literally a conversation to be had. There's no sales, no pushy, no nothing. So you want to make sure that you get that. And then one of my favorite pieces is we'll talk about the transformation that happens within you that starts affecting your outside world. So I am really excited for this series. I'm really excited for you. If you found this valuable, like us, let us know below in the comments. This is all an energy thing too. So when we know that you're getting value, we will continue to keep showing up and giving you our all.
Yeah, and feel free to share this video with anybody that you know that is a coach that is called to make a deep impact in the world. Appreciate y'all.
So much love. See you in the next video.